'cause we got so much history. Here with you is where I'm meant to be. Even after all the pain, I do it all again, 'cause we got so much history. We got so much history wrapped up in these memories.
Yes, people, welcome back to another stream on SINCLAIRO. It's really good to be back for the live streams. It's been a while, so it's really good to be back. After 3 months, I think it's been. So, yeah, we're back. Gameweek 21 review. We're going to be talking all things Arsenal, Chelsea, Toney back for Brentford. So, talking about that. We've got a few debuts on the channel today, which is exciting. So, we've got some people who haven't been on before. I just wanted to mention a few people who couldn't join. Big up Ryan, who couldn't join. He is football training. Big up Simon, who couldn't join. He was going to make his debut, but he can't join, so because I think he's got talking to his family or something. So he's had family first. So, and Mr. B was going to join as well, but he's got a headache. So yeah, a few people couldn't join, but we have got hopefully a full panel. Someone just left, but they should be rejoining hopefully soon. But yeah, we're going to be talking about both weekends. So Game Week 21, there was obviously a first weekend, then a weekend after. But obviously, but yeah, we're going to be talking about the 2 weekends. We've got some guests with me, so let's introduce them first. So first of all, it's making its debut as a Chelsea fan. It's Joe. How you doing, Joe?
Yeah, good, thanks, Ollie. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, big up for going on. Next, got another debut on the channel. He's a Luton fan. It's Stepsy. Oh, Stepsy, how you doing?
Big Ollie, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Next up, we've got is a Man United fan. He's a regular on the show. He's been in the show a lot. It's Toby. How you doing, Toby?
Hey, I'm good, bro. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, big up. A regular on the show now. He's been on the stream for a while. Streams on a while. It's good to have him back on the channel. It's Arrest. How you doing, Arrest?
Yeah, big up, Ollie. Good to see you again.
Yeah,
Big up.
yeah, good to see. And finally, our final guest today is Football Overseas. How you doing? Carl, you there?
Yeah, big up.
Oh, big up. Yeah, big up. So yeah, we've got a full panel today, 6 people. So obviously a lot of people couldn't join, but it's fine because we've got a full panel. So, but yeah, we're going to start off now. We're going to talk about all the games from the weekend. So we're going to get straight into it. The first game that happened was 12:30 kickoff on a few weeks ago now. It's Stepsy's team. It's Luton. It's Burnley 1, Luton 1. So good point for Luton. Luton, Burnley getting a point as well. Good relegation race game. We're going to start off with you, Stepsy, because it's your team. So what's your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I'll probably say we're probably better off having the point than Burnley. Obviously, Burnley want the 3 points to try and close the gap, but I'm okay with a point that keeps the gap at 4 points still. So I was quite happy with it. There's loads of people saying that the Luton goal should have stood, but I just know that Trevor came around now, didn't get near the ball, ran into Alibaba and we scored from it. But that's just people just trying to pick bones at what we do. But no, Burnley look a good side. It's just their way of thinking isn't Premier League standard. They still think they're in the Championship with their passive play of football. It just doesn't. They thought they could transfer it over from the Championship to the Premiership. The Premiership is a league above the Championship. It's obvious. I've seen it now, and obviously I went to loads of Championship games last season. I've been to loads of Premiership games this season, and the standard play is totally different. And what I see with Burnley is they're trying to adapt their style to the Premiership, and it's not working.
Yeah. Moving on to you now, Joe. What's your thoughts on Burnley 1, Luton 1?
I think, like you say, I think if you're Luton, you think you might be happy out of the two. Obviously being the away team, and I do agree with Stephen. I think with the Luton goal, I think Trafford was like that all game, trying to basically get the fouls in and things like that. So I think at the end of the day, it's just like, well, you've done this all game, so It had to be justice was served on that, and he shouldn't have done that. To be honest with you, and I think yeah. But like Stephen said, I think with Burnley's players, there's not Premier League experience there. Like you look how Luton have done, they've got the Townsends, the Barclays, they've got Premier League players, they've got like a core in that team, in their team, in there, and they know their roles in there. And with Burnley signing loads of players, there's literally they don't know who's on where. And you look at someone like James Trafford, a good young keeper, but last season he was in League One. For League One to the Premier League to start Burnley week in, week out is a massive leap.
Yeah.
I mean, you find a diamond like that. I mean, we signed Benge from Rotherham, and I mean, he's got the pace to adapt to the Premiership, so that's helped him blend. And you've got people like Menji and Chong that have come from the Man United ranks, and they've had their pedigree built in. So with them players built in as well, it sort of gives you that bit of support there that that they've come from the pedigree of Man United. So they should be able to adapt pretty well to the Premiership, which Menji and Chong have as well. But like you said, Barclays and Townsend have been there and done it. So you get the young with the experience, and it blends quite well.
All right, so what's your thoughts on Burnley 1, Luton 1?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good game for both teams. As a neutral, to be fair, I think Luton would probably take this point because going to Burnley is not easy. Like for anyone, I know. I can say that for City, but just for any clubs going to Burnley away, obviously having a look at the stadium is not easy to go there. So I think it's a good point with Luton, and I can see. I don't think they're gonna be nowhere near in the relegation. I think they'll be above that. To be fair, obviously, as David says, Chong, Mengi, I think if Luton get a couple more players back, they could really push themselves too high where they can. So I think it's a good point for Luton and Burnley. Listen, if people know my views, I don't rate Company as a manager. So Company, it's not as looking from Burnley perspective, they need to do better. But yeah, a good point for Luton.
Toby, what's your thoughts on Burnley 1, Luton 1?
Yeah, it was a very tight game actually, and you look at both teams coming from the Championship, so it was more like an end-to-end game. But you look at it, there was a point in time where it's Burnley at home, so they played, they were decent actually in the first half, and of course I think they scored first, if I'm not mistaken, and it was looking more juicy, if you know what I mean. Like it was more like they were gonna claim the 3 points, but I think the second half kind of changed things. The way it went, Luton more attacking. There's something about Luton that that excites me a lot. The kind of football they play under their manager. They may be the underdogs, but they do beats. They do beats that surprise everybody. So if you like good football, you look at the way Luton plays. They play fantastic football, and good for them. Good for them. At least they were able to equalize and take and share the spoils. So it was a good game. And you look at the stats. Trust me, the second half. If there were extra minutes that were added into that second half, probably Luton would have taken the 3 points, because they got to a point in time. They started in terms of possession, in terms of chances created. They started more shots and all. But as it stands, Burnley at home is kind of difficult, and sharing the point, it's not bad. It's not bad, but I still think Burnley could go relegated, in my opinion, because Company, I don't see what he can do right now, So fair play to Luton. Fair play to Luton.
Yeah.
It's a mentality, Ollie. I think most people have said the mentality that we don't stop until the whistle goes. It's like go to the final whistle. I think that's the mentality.
Yeah, and finally, moving on to you, Carl. What's your thoughts, Carl, on the football overseas? Carl? I don't think Carl's there. I'll just get my thoughts. Good point for Luton. Obviously Burnley took the lead, and then Luton scored a late goal from Morris, who came on. So yeah, good point. I think Luton will stay up. I think Burnley will probably go down for me. I think maybe Everton will drop down into relegation zone, and Luton will go up. But yeah, good point for Luton. Burnley, they could have won the game, but they drew the game. But I guess both teams take a point, and a draw is fair. Just going to go through the comments. There's only one comment at the moment. Yeah. Big up, my bro. Big up Wolf Fan Guy Division. This is Simon. He was supposed to be joining, but he can't. So big up Wolfgang Division. Big up. So we're gonna move on now. Next game is Chelsea versus Fulham. Chelsea 1-0 win. Oh, we've got a comment here from Big Up the Restox Football. He says, smash the likes and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, do subscribe. We're 5 away from 1,100, so let's get the subscribers up. So yeah, let's get them up. So Joe, we're going to start off with you in this one. Chelsea 1, Fulham 0. Obviously, as a Chelsea fan, what's your thoughts on the game?
Liverpool just got 1-0 up, by the way.
Oh, have they?
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Oh. Don't want to hear that. No, but with Chelsea Fulham, it was one of those games, obviously the derby and things like that. The penalty apparently was a bit suspect as well, I've heard. Some people say it was 50-50. Like I personally think it's a bit harsh to give the penalty, and Fulham might have gotten hard done by. But I think the biggest one on the talking point was, how did Gusto not get sent off? I think Gusto should have got sent off, in my opinion. But it's so inconsistent VAR this season, and it just needs to go, in my opinion. But I mean, I'm happy Palmer scored. I know it was a penalty, and everyone says he scores only pens, but you got to start. You got to put him in. It's still a set. But you got to put him in at some point. It's more harder to score from a pen than an actual set play. But onwards and not upwards. I think with Pochettino, and I think at the end of the day, I think he's sort of got a core of who he wants in his team, and what I'm hoping that Todd Bowley and the others back Poch, if I'm honest. But yeah, looking forward to what you guys have to say.
Yeah, and moving on to your rest now. What's your thoughts on Chelsea 1 Fulham 0?
Yeah, I mean, look, if Marlon Gusto's name was changed to Casemiro, then he would have been sent off. But but his VAR is just we know how VAR is like, man. For me, look, my stance of VAR, for me, overall, I like it, but it's the people that are behind it, man. Like they're the ones that are ruining it for everyone. So, look, I think Chelsea, they've got, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was 7 wins and 8 at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
So they're doing bits now. So obviously, game out of time. Let's see if the board will back Pochettino, but who knows with Todd Bowley. But look, Palmer, look, people say that he only takes pens, as Joe said. For me, look, I think he's been a very, very good sign for Chelsea, man. Looking at after last night as well, no, it's only months, but Palmer looks like a player there. But yeah, look, good win. If you have to win by penalty, then so be it. But good 3 points for Chelsea.
Yeah, moving on to you now, Toby. What's your thoughts on Chelsea 1 Fulham 0?
Well, 2 London clubs and Fulham, they're really doing beats. Marco Silva is really doing a fantastic job for Fulham, and of course, much is expected from Chelsea. That 1-0 scoreline, it's more is expected considering the caliber of players Chelsea have, but they still managed to take the 3 points thanks to the penalty. Thanks to the penalty scored by Cole Palmer. Yeah, so I think they still look dusty, in my opinion, Chelsea. Because Fulham, just pretty unfortunate they couldn't find the back of the net, but they had decent chances, but the stars were not aligned for Fulham, in my opinion. So the most important thing is 3 points in football. That's what matters, and they were able to find a way to win the game, even though Fulham deserved something from that game. So interesting to see, how Chelsea followed up from then, because uh, I think they've won some games since the Fulham victory. So it's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive, even though the performance might not really be what they expect, but for the fact that they were able to find a way to win games, that's what is more important right now in football. And
Yeah.
obviously, they've had a couple of injuries, that,
Yeah.
that some couple of important players that have been sidelined, but having to, you know, to still stay compact, to still put their heads down and, of course, not lose focus, because Fulham, they are a threat, whether anybody likes it or not. They are a threat. You don't underestimate what Fulham can bring. So it's pretty decent for Chelsea to get the 3 points. It's pretty decent. Yeah.
And finally, moving on to you, Stephen. What's your thoughts on Chelsea 1-0 now?
Yeah, I thought it was just unfortunate that this game had to be settled by a penalty. Like Joe said, I think it was very soft.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so-
obviously, when the penalty's given, you got to stick it away. And Palmer, very cool, calm, collected. Now, like taking the penalties, and he stepped up and put it away again. Gustavo. Till this day, I still don't know. Every time I've looked at it, I still don't know why he went off. I mean, VAR has got a lot to answer for that, because that was absolutely criminal. But yeah, Fulham, they huffed and puffed, and they were trying to blow Chelsea's house down, but it just didn't work. And I feel sorry for them, but that's what big good teams do. They grind out a result, and that's what Chelsea did.
Yeah.
Yep. And finally, I'll get my thoughts. Good win for Chelsea. Obviously, Palmer with the penalty. Good for my fantasy team. I've got Palmer in a fantasy team, so he
He's
did
my
well for me there.
captain.
Yeah,
he's your
same,
captain,
yeah.
did you? Oh.
Yeah, I captained him as well. Yeah.
Good call.
So,
Good call.
yeah, he did well. Obviously, he got a yellow card, which wasn't that good. But
You get points deducted for that.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, you got
How
minus
many
one.
points is it? One.
-1. Yeah,
Minus one.
and I think a red's like 3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, same as
Yeah.
someone. I think. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but no, good win for Chelsea. Obviously, they're doing well at home. They're 9th in the league now, so yeah, looking good for Chelsea at the moment. We'll move on now.
Finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all good joke.
Next
We're not
game,
fighting relegation like last season.
Next game is a big game, a very interesting game. Newcastle 2, Man City 3.
Yeah.
We'll start off with you, Arrest. What's your thoughts on Newcastle 2, Man City 3?
I mean, obviously there was goals galore in this match, and obviously when Newcastle was 2-1 up, I thought, you know what, can I actually get a result? Because obviously St James Park has been an atmosphere this season, but unfortunately they couldn't hold on, and City's got the 2 goals from there. But no, look, I think it was Almiron's goal. I think one of Newcastle's goals was that maybe like jumped my seat. That was a good goal. So
yeah, it was Almiron's. Yeah, it was Almiron's.
Almiron,
Yeah, it was.
Look,
Wait, did Almiron score?
No, Almiron didn't score. It was
It was
Isaac.
Isaac and Gordon, wasn't it?
Gordon.
Well,
Isaac
then.
Gordon. Yeah, sorry, I meant Gordon. But look, Isaac, for me, look, I think he's going to leave in the summer, man. I think top club is going to try and get him, and I think they will. So, look,
You're going to stay in the Premiership, though.
I think so. Yeah, Premiership club there. Yeah, definitely. But look, Newcastle right now, obviously they're trying to I don't know what they're doing in the transfer. I think they're trying to let go. But I see that someone's trying to get Almiron. Obviously Trippier.
Trippier's got a lot of interest in him at the moment for various clubs.
Yes. And Trippier's form has dipped recently massively. So, look, will they still be behind Eddie Howe? I think so, but if the results don't go in their way, I'm seeing a lot of Newcastle fans that want Jose Mourinho, by the way, which is I don't.
No, I don't. With Mourinho, I don't think he fits anywhere in the Premiership anymore. I think he's had his time in the Premiership. I mean, he went to Tottenham, and look what he's done with Tottenham. That was rubbish. So really,
yeah, but that's Tottenham.
Take a step back.
Yeah, but that's Tottenham.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but we're talking. If
it's Chelsea United, I agree.
We're talking the same bracket as Newcastle, aren't you? You're sort of in the same bracket.
Mourinho can stay far away from my club.
Yeah.
But look,
Yeah, say well.
yeah. Well,
man, listen, I can't be bothered to watch Mourinho ball every day, but Man City,
It's boring. It's score a goal and part of the bus.
I'd rather watch Rob Edwards do an interview and then a lot of fan girls.
The girls love him. He's like the sexiest man in the Premiership. I couldn't believe it.
Listen, we all know Ten Hag's clear of any manager, mate. Ten Hag is a good guy.
Roy Hodgson was second.
Okay, Roy Hodgson. Let's see if we can. Roy Hodgson, let's see if we can outlast this weekend. But no, look, Man City. Obviously, De Bruyne back. Hey, I mean,
Oh, what a goal!
yeah.
De Bruyne. As he comes on, gets involvement. So look,
It's amazing.
let's see how
He's never been away.
Haaland's back now. I think he's match fit. So yeah, I think it's City and Liverpool now for the title race. But yeah, good move for City.
Toby, what's your thoughts on Newcastle 2, Man City 3? Toby? Toby, what's your thoughts on Newcastle 2, Man City 3?
Yeah. Hey, why are you talking to me?
What's your thoughts on the game, man?
Sorry, don't mind me. Sorry, sorry. Don't. Well, everybody knows it's Man City actually, and they know what Man City is capable of, And to make matters worse, Kevin De Bruyne is back, So the best, in my opinion, I think is the best player in the Premier League, And he proved the statement. Yeah, arguably actually, and he proved why. He proved why he's the engine room of the Man City team, if you know what I mean. Because I personally think without KDB, I don't think City will win that match. I don't think they will. Newcastle, yes, they've been hit by injuries, and I think the match was a reflection of that. And you look at, I think they're missing Pope. Yeah, the match was a reflection. The match was a reflection of that, and you see Nick Pope's absence, and it's beginning to dawn on them. Dubravka, I think he has conceded a lot of goals, and I think they really miss Nick Pope. But that match was pretty end to end, attacking. But individual brilliance, in my opinion, I think it's won the match for Man City. De Bruyne was just fantastic. He was an absolute fantastic player. Like KDB is just out of this world. I can't lie, out of the world. And he literally won the match for Man City. So as for Newcastle, I think they will continue to struggle. And they have to find a solution to their goalkeeper problem, because I don't think they might be able to go far with Dubravka, coupled with the fact that some players are out injured. So probably when they have the players back, coupled with, I think, the suspension for, what's that guy's name?
Tonali.
The player, you said?
Tonali, is it?
Tonali, yeah. I think they're actually missing Tonali.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they're actually missing Tonali, yeah. So it's a hell of a job for Eddie Howe to move on from now. But fantastic game. City being City, they delivered as usual, and Kevin De Bruyne won them the match.
And Joe, what's your thoughts on Newcastle 2, Man City 3?
I think, like you say, I think it was all City goals were brilliant. I think when Newcastle obviously made it 2-1, obviously you got to realise that Ederson came off injured as well. And I thought surely that's Newcastle's to win, because you know how much Ederson is important to it. But I'm not dissing Ortega, but it's just, you know what I mean, it's not the Ederson standard. But even so, like yeah, that's what I mean. And then you got Scott Carson on the other bench as well.
He's still there.
Mate, he's there for the vibes. You know, Scott Carson. But yeah, no, I think, like you say, I think all City goals were good. I think they were, like, you know, the Bernardo Silva one, I think, for me as well.
Amazing.
Filthy. Absolute filthy. But yeah, no, I think with Newcastle as well, I think, like Toby said, Tonali's a big miss for them. The injuries don't help. I mean, personally for me, I know they've got might sell some players to buy, But with Trippier linking with Bayern, I personally would sell him because you got a right back already there in Livramento.
Quality
So-
at the moment. Yeah, he's proven he's got something.
Exactly. So you're probably passing the torch on to him. And don't get me wrong, Trippier is a valuable player, but we all said this. He's out of form now. So for me,
Yeah.
I was in on him.
Yeah, I think they might actually cash him on him. Cash out on him.
I
That's
think
the summer.
I think he got 18 months left on his contract. I think it might be wise just to cash in. Yeah.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
the summer, But to me,
Yeah.
it's irrational to just sell your player this, considering how injuries can come up
it
and
might be-
all. So I don't
might be-
think. Yeah, and there were reports actually, by Fabrizio. He said they actually rejected the offer. Bayern Munich actually tabled down about 50 million pounds, thereabouts for Trippier, but they turned them
I think
down. So I
15
don't
good
think.
because did they buy him for 13 million from Atletico?
I think so. Yeah.
Something like
Yeah.
It's about the 13 million mark, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they might cash him out. They might cash out on him in the summer. But now, I don't think he's gonna leave Newcastle. No, I don't think so.
And finally, Stephen, what's your thoughts on Newcastle 2 Man City 3?
Newcastle came out of the traps really, really good, really full of energy. Trying to put a big display on for their big fan base, which they have. They're the biggest club in the northeast by landslide. Yeah, they are missing a few players. Obviously, there is a deal sort of trying to they're trying to wrangle a deal for getting De Gea as a replacement goalie. I don't know how much truth is in that, but there's rumours up in that region that he's sort of weighing up his options, but I don't know if he's going to go there or not. Man City, after going 2-0 down, it's like they got to shut up their backside and just went for it. And sorry, 2-1, yeah. And they got shut up their backside and just went for it. And with De Bruyne coming back, it's like he ain't missed a step.
Yeah.
Just wonderful finish as well. I don't know how you can be out for so long and just come back in and look sort of just there you go.
Crazy.
I'll put one in the back of the net.
Yeah.
It's just
Like
like
he's never been- it just feels like he's never been missed.
What is he just? Is he injured? Was he injured? Because it's like he hasn't missed a step.
It's grown his head.
Yeah, Roger. But I mean, tell you what, that engine that Man City have got when De Bruyne plays, Rodri plays so much better.
Yeah.
Because Rodri's like a key for them as well, I believe. I think he's a good key for Man City. But like Joe said, this Silva's goal. Wow. Yeah, I feel gutted for Newcastle, but Man City are champions for a reason.
Yeah. And finally, again, my thoughts. Good win for Man City, obviously. Battling out for the title. Good win for them. Newcastle, obviously, they were 2-1 up, but okay. But Man City came back. Obviously, De Bruyne is back, getting the goal and assist for Man City. So he's good for them to have him back. And it's going to be hard if Arsenal face Man City with De Bruyne back. So that's going to be tough. But yeah, good win for Man City, and Newcastle obviously slipped up a bit. So yeah, we'll move on now. We're not really going to talk about this game. Aston Villa 0, Everton 0. Bit of a boring game. So
It was very boring, to be fair.
yeah,
Right,
yeah, yeah. We won't.
I think.
No offense to any Everton or Aston Villa fans.
Yeah,
but-
sorry.
I mean,
chance each
okay.
and they
Can we
just
talk
batted.
about the one thing about
It's about
Everton
most
Aston
of
Villa,
it.
though?
There's a
Can we
lot.
talk about the one?
Most of it. If you were to look, I think you'll find most of it. I think you'll find most of it as most of that game, the Villa game that was played in the middle of the park. Most of it was just played there, jostling for position.
Do you think? Do you think Villa's goal should have stood though?
It's a hard one to
Like
call,
Lenglet
but
and Danjuma.
if you want me to answer positively, I'm going to say probably yes,
I'd say it should have stood.
because it
Yeah.
the whole thing around it was a bit off, and I thought it looked okay from what I was looking at. The lines are awful.
Yeah, and
They don't
Danjuma's
work.
holding on to Lenglet.
They draw a pen in
Well,
his leg.
he pulled him down first.
That's what I mean.
We got a comment here. Ross Barkley is clear of giving the
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Of course.
Yeah.
People know my thoughts on the brain. Absolutely.
Next game is
Ross
Man
Barkley
United 2, Spurs 2. We'll start with the United fans, of course. We'll start off with you, the rest. Man United
It's
2,
gotta be
Spurs
done.
2. What's your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, look, Spurs should have won. They should have got the 3 points, but I think Spurs will be the most disappointed in that game. I think first off, we actually did not play that bad. But I don't know what Ten Hag said. Yeah, I think he must be speaking gibberish at halftime because as soon as second half started, Richarlison scores. So look,
And then Richarlison scores even worse.
Was it not Bentancur?
exactly.
Yeah,
I think it was Ben.
Bentancur.
I think Richarlison
Yeah,
did score the first, and it was Ben.
Yeah.
Just going as soon as
But-
first, yeah.
Yeah, look, it's just embarrassing. It really is. I thought we was going to get the 3 points, but look, there's a style of play from Ange. As soon as he came in, people thought, oh, is he going to flop? He's going to do this and that. But no, look, he's brought an identity, he's brought his own principles, and Tottenham players have brought it. But with United, I don't know, man, because I've been telling people that Johnny Evans should not be playing at this football club.
No.
And
What is he, 35, 36?
yeah, again, he's still playing. And it's just a shambles. It really is. And then,
What would you if you were in charge for one day, say 24 hours? Is there
Terminate his
anything you
contract.
would change?
Terminate Johnny Evans'
I'll
contract.
terminate Johnny Evans and McTominay's contract. The first two on my head. By the way, Ten Hag, you are a disgrace to bring McTominay on, by the way. There's no way McTominay would have made a game
I
changer.
thought you were going to say somebody. I thought you were going to say that.
I saw today that United are going to extend McTominay's contract. And if that happens, by the way, mate, and by the way, obviously, I will talk about the CEO that we've got from City. But look, overall, Tottenham, they deserve to get the 3 points. Like they should have got the 3 points, which they
I
didn't.
agree.
But yeah, look, United. I don't know, man. Obviously, we got Newport in the FA Cup, but hopefully by in the
It's
start.
a respite. Class it as a respite for the Premier League at the moment. Class that as a respite.
All right, so here's a question for you. If you had to save, if you had to save one of the Man U players, McTominay or Evans, who would you save from? Let's pick one.
Ouch.
Wait, who would I save?
Yeah, out of the
You'll
two.
say one of them.
You have to.
Is that picking shit or shit? I don't even know.
Yeah, it basically is.
You end up with shit.
Listen, if I'm being honest, I'd rather keep Evans than McTominay. I'm being honest. I swear down.
Wow.
Is not a footballer.
To be fair,
No,
they do have injury centre backs.
McTominay. He's a midfielder. Yeah. The reason he's at the club is he's linked with Sir Alex Ferguson, man. He's their best friend, probably cousins related. So I'm being honest. Look,
Yeah, to be fair,
I'll-
Irish, you've
moving
made
on,
you made
moving on,
somebody your focus for a long time. You hate him.
People must have seen that Manchester United did appoint Omar Barada from Manchester City.
Yeah.
I'm not getting carried away or excited. I'm not United. He's not going to save us from being 1 billion in debt, is he? Good appointment though.
No.
From Richard Arnold to him is an upgrade. But look, I'm not getting carried away. There's still problems in that football structure, United. So look, good appointment, but I'll say hold your horse right now because he's not going to save everything. And see, he's gonna be coming in the summer. But when he looks at the wage bills and sees Rashford's on 350k, then there will be problems. But I'm not getting carried away.
Would you say the Glazers are part of the problem as well, though?
Of course they are. And obviously today, this came out that apparently they've agreed that Ratcliffe will have Ineos will have more control than Glazers
that's
now.
what I
So, look, people know my thoughts. Ratcliffe, I think, is an absolute disgrace of a human being. He's a Chelsea fan. He's a Chelsea fan, Joe.
There's nothing you can do about it, bro.
Make that point.
Look, we're just gonna have to see how it goes because I'm not getting carried away. I know we're linked with Dan Ashworth and all that. Listen, once I see with my eyes, then I'll believe it. So
Once it's signed and done, then you believe
Yeah.
it, don't you?
But look-
Until then, you just wait.
what I'm trying to see, I think Ratcliffe is trying to. Obviously, his main priority is get the football structure in, which is good to see. But look, I think there's going to be a big meeting with him and Ten Hag. So, personally, for me, my stance, if you guys have not heard it, for me, I believe that change managers will not Southampton.
No, I don't think that's a solution.
So for me, best solution is to try to keep Ten Hag at least this season as we talk in the summer. But for me, Ineos, they want Graham Potter. It's clear and obvious. Ratcliffe is trying to get Graham. I'll let Toby have his thoughts. I know Toby's been patiently waiting. But
I
not good enough.
oh,
The Spurs match is not good enough. But look,
so let's hope you go next. But no.
Toby, what's your thoughts on Man United 2, Spurs 2?
What a game. The game was very exciting to watch, and
Yeah.
the first minutes or first half of the game, it was more like it was Manchester United that were going to take the 3 points, but we've been dusty. We still fumbled, and we fluffed our lines, and Spurs equalized. But the first half, pretty impressive. It was interesting seeing Rasmus Højlund. He scored and gave an assist, which was pretty impressive. His goal I think it was a deflection. Rashford wanted to take the shot, I think, and it got to him. And the way he struck the shot, it was impressive. It was very, very impressive. Good to see. And we felt like, we're going to carry on that momentum to win the game. But there's something that is about this club that we just cannot fathom. We cannot understand. And set pieces means.
Do you have any idea what you think that the problem could be?
Yeah, in my opinion, I think it's the players, the mentality. There's a game plan actually. There's actually a game plan, but they cannot consistently carry out what the manager wants. There were reports last week, some weeks back, where from the Athletic, the players seem to be complaining about the constant repetition of, tactics in the training ground. They keep complaining on the same approach to training, which for me,
repetitive.
It's which doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense,
It's the English players. It's the English players that are complaining. I think it's the English players that are complaining, though. Those leaks.
Yeah.
It has to be. Make sure.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And we've been bad even before Ten Hag came on board. I think we've been pretty bad in terms of set pieces, in defending set pieces, and it was pretty obvious. The goal Tottenham scored, Richardson's header, I guess. Yeah, so it's pretty telling on us that there's a lot to do with that team.
Is there anyone there that you could pick out that plays for them that don't want to be there?
A player?
Yeah, just don't want to be there.
I can name.
I don't think.
Yeah, well, we know you can name one. Or it's so easy.
The thing is, I feel like these players want to be there. You know why? Because of their paycheck. Because they know they'll keep making the money. Manchester United is the only club that astronomically pay players. Players have astronomical wage, and they do nothing. Obviously, close to nothing on the pitch. The same shitty performances week in, week out. It's only in Manchester United you can find that kind of thing. So what am I saying? Rashford 350, Toney 200. That's 200k
it's strange
pounds.
because Andy hasn't even scored a goal yet.
Yeah. So what are we saying?
He hasn't an assist yet. I was seeing something on YouTube about players that have done it, that are mediocre players that are playing for mediocre clubs that are doing it.
Absolutely.
And doing nothing.
Absolutely. And in terms of managers, if I'm to compare Ten Hag and Postecoglou, we could see, everyone can see what Ange has done in a space of how many months. He has turned the players around, clear tactics. When Tottenham play, that these people have a game plan.
It's not the cogs are there now. The cogs are in place at Tottenham.
Yes. And the average player, who believe the partnership of Eric Dyer or Ben Davies and Emerson Royal, you see that defense, and you'll be like, what the hell?
Yeah, Royal's in place. Royal's playing because some players are injured. He's done a fantastic job.
Yeah, fantastic job, and that is what is expected of.
Because I thought he was an outcast, but he's come back in and he's made that place.
Yeah,
like, you know what? I've got something to offer. I've got something to offer. I'm here. This is what I can do.
Exactly. Even Richarlison wasn't that great last season, but somehow he has been able to find his mojo back. He has
Yeah,
been
I
able
think
to
I think
find his
Fodrick
mojo
probably
back.
had a word with him, put his arm around him, going, "Look, you
Yeah,
can do something. Show us
yeah. Even
show us what you can do on that pitch."
absolutely, absolutely. Even Timo Werner, Timo Werner
Because I
came
think
in and
I think
he
Richarlison's on his last life. I think if he don't do nothing this season, I think he'll be gone.
yeah, yeah. But Timo Werner is in the team and
Yeah,
he caused problems. He caused us
Mm.
problems in the match.
Mm.
It's just it's painful when you see Manchester Spurs, like what Oro said, they should have won the match. They should have gone home with 3 points,
Mm.
because possession wise, they played the high line and obviously tried as much as they could to break our defensive line. And it worked. It worked because we were so uncomfortable. They had more passes in the opposition box. It's
It seemed like
crazy. It's
it seemed like at 2-2 though they decided to. It's like Tottenham decided to sort of settle. If there's a breakthrough, they took it, but they're more like settled after that. When we went to 2-2, they're more like, okay, we can push if there's an opportunity, but should we reserve what we've got or should we go for it? It was kind of they were in mixed mind what to do. They were looking
yeah,
for a
yeah, yeah.
breakthrough. They were looking for a breakthrough,
Ex-
but they weren't pushing for the breakthrough. If it comes,
exactly.
they took
And
it.
yeah, the difference is Spurs have a clear pattern of play. Actually, they have a clear pattern, that works for them. If they need results, they will fight. They'll go all out to see if they can scrape a point, and that was what they did for Manchester United. But you see, my club, you see Manchester United, we don't have a direction. We don't have a structure, no pattern. When we play, sometimes individual brilliance fails us. Typical
Is that down to
example,
tactics or is that down to the manager not giving the right information?
for me, I think, I made mention when I started talking. I said some players are complaining about the same system, the
Yeah,
same
that's what I was all
pattern, the
about.
same
Could
approach.
it be down?
Exactly. So,
Could it be down to that?
yeah, for me, there's a pattern. For me,
Yeah.
there's a game plan. But the mediocre players we have cannot execute, cannot execute the system, cannot execute what Ten Hag wants. You sack Ten Hag right now, you bring in a Pep, you bring in a club. Obviously, the manager bounce, they could get you results in the next 10, 15 games. They could go on a winning streak. But one thing is sure, that mediocrity will creep in, and before you know, they'll start complaining about the manager. I don't like the manager. We're tired of his tactics. We're tired of his style of play, which I think that's the problem with these players. When when we sacked Jose Mourinho, I can remember when Ole Gunnar took the wheel. We went on a stretch. Was it 16 or 19 game without losing on a
Losing,
winning?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the
I don't wanna-
problem.
Huge
And
wasn't that,
after
but yeah.
that,
That is,
yeah,
I would
after,
never name ever again. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, what a fraud of a manager we've had. One of the
but some of our fan base they rate
David,
him
what-
they rate him more than Ten Hag.
Worse, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, man, it's the way we gave him that permanent contract, man. That's what I mean. Like, I don't want to
It was
see.
a
It
bit
was
strange.
like-
They give him a 3.5-year deal, and they paid him a big wage. And yeah, I was a bit surprised at
I think
the year they gave him.
For us to sack
Yeah.
Ten Hag, we have to give him 50 million, which I don't
Yeah,
think.
there's a lot of
And
yeah.
then for interim, I do not want to see Steve McLaren or Darren Fletcher take over.
I
the
still
jobs.
think. I mean, a lot of people agree with me, but I think Ranić could have took that control permanently for good. Because I thought Ranić was
That's what I
quality.
said. That's what I said about Ragnick, and then
I thought he had the knowledge. He had the players the way he wanted them to set up. I thought he had a really good knowledge, and I thought they'd have gone. You know what, Ranić? Don't come upstairs. We don't want you upstairs. We want you here
if
in
I'm
that
looking,
dugout with
if I'm
these
looking
players.
from the Glazers' perspective, he did
Yeah.
talk a lot too much about them. That's what Glazers don't.
Exactly, I was gonna say that. Yeah,
I don't like when people talk
That was-
about it, like, with Ronaldo and stuff. But look, Ragnick, I always said he was never a manager. He should have been director of football upstairs, gaze on people like obviously Paul Mitchell and stuff. But look, never worked out. I hope it did, but
I thought he was good. I thought he was a good manager. I really thought he knew what he was doing in that dugout. I really did.
it was
But
never.
Yeah, he knew.
everyone has different opinions for him. But I thought he had a structure with their players. I thought he had
Yeah, for me-
a sort of connection with some of them players. But
Yeah, not really. He may not really have, not necessarily the connection, but he had an idea. He had something in mind. Something in mind in what he thinks can be the solution to our
when
problems. And
you come from a
he
big
obviously
European
said,
background, you're going to be good at coming to a big club like Man United because he's done it in Europe.
This is why
He
I'm
comes
not.
yeah,
saying-
he has.
He goes to the Premiership. Big club Man United. They are a big club. Then no, because in the Premiership, he comes to a big club, and like you said, he had an idea.
This
I
is
don't
why.
think it's
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
had.
this one. Go on, Toby.
He said we need an open heart surgery. He obviously has seen these players in training. He has seen, he has rated their performances and what they can offer. So he said we need up to 10 players, 10 players at the club.
Yeah,
To tell you,
Didn't like that. That's when the Glazers didn't like that when he said 10 players.
yeah, the Glazers, exactly. The Glazers
Yeah, they
didn't
did
like
not- yeah,
that. They
they
didn't
did not
like
they did not like
somebody
that,
somebody who is gonna, challenge whatever they have to say or whatever it is. And he got sacked
Yeah, maybe
at the end of the day.
Yeah, you might be right. Maybe he was a bit too opinionated and didn't agree with the Glazers' vision, but I still think he was the right man for the job. But that's my opinion.
I still think he was the right man as a director for me. But look, things are gonna go out. Well, United players whenever they see an interim manager, they just fall out because they know that
Yeah.
they know that
Yeah.
it's about the mentally. They don't care about interim manager because they think, oh, we're just about until we get the actual manager at the end.
Yeah.
So look,
Of course.
yeah, Ragnick, I wanted him to stay, but is a bit disappointed.
But we knew you knew he was there to do a job to stabilise it and then move upstairs.
And this is why I'm not getting carried away with the recent appointment that we got from City because anything can happen. But look, United fans are being a bit giddy at the moment. They're saying, "Oh, Ratcliffe in. We love Ratcliffe." So listen,
Yeah.
we'll see, man.
Yeah,
move
how
on
long?
now.
Yeah, but how long?
You know what I think?
How long is that going to last?
Exactly. That's what I mean, man. This is what I mean.
How's it going to last?
You know what I think?
25% cruise. They can stick to that 25%. So I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not with that. I'm not with that.
You know what I think? I personally think that I know most people in our fan base, they wanted the Qataris, they wanted Sheikh Jassim. But the thing is, you look at what they offered, you look at Sir Jim Ratcliffe, you look at Sheikh Jassim. Obviously, the Glazers were not ready to sell the club. They were not ready to relinquish, all the power they had and all. But Sir Jim Ratcliffe was able to find, a way to please, in quotes, find a way to get the Glazers to sell something.
Yeah.
Jassim only wanted 100%, which was practically, which was practically impossible. Which was like, okay, 6 billion, if not 6 billion, nothing. That was what the Glazers were saying. But he never gave up to 6 billion. So if Jassim, because a lot of United fans, they need to wake up from that slumber. If Jassim really wanted to buy the club, Manchester United, they should have probably put more than the 6 billion because obviously they have the money. They have the money, so they don't care. Ratcliffe was being that is what strategy means. Ratcliffe was strategic in his dealings with the Glazers to get the Glazers to sell. And the reports we had then was in maybe 3 years or thereabouts.
Yeah,
the Glazers,
he's very methodical. The
Glazers could now sell exactly. They could now sell complete. Yeah, and we saw what happened last week. The strategic signing of the Man City CEO. What are we saying? Omar Berrada. I know it's too early for us to shake our bums. It's too early for us to get excited. But when you look at his track record, you look at his CV. Trust me, it's pretty impressive. What he has done at Barcelona, what he has done at Man City. It's really pretty impressive. So it's more like I think we need to give credit to Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe. It's not easy. It's not easy because he's buying.
Coming to that environment would never be easy, but if he can stamp a bit of authority on it and do some business that he wants, then maybe it could work.
I'm never given credit.
Yeah, it could.
But for me, look, when Sheikh Jassim, obviously, Oli, you can read that comment afterwards. But when Jassim put in the bid, I think there was like 5 clear plans that he had. I think one of them was to invest. It was going to be a fully debt-free club. He's going to invest in the youth, women, men's team.
Yeah, there's going to be a whole structure around.
There was plans for Sheikh Jassim, but then with Ratcliffe, there was no plan. With his bid, there was no plans with it, obviously. And so that's why there was a lot of people on the Sheikh Jassim hype train. So look,
No, there
Yeah.
were plans actually.
I think with
Ratcliffe
him,
had a plan.
he had a deal.
he didn't have a plan.
He had a deal, and
No,
then
he said he was going to restructure. He was going to renovate Old
but
Trafford. Unlike what Jassim said.
he put a
Jassim
bid
said he
on-
was going to build a new stadium.
Yeah,
You know,
he had a bid.
Ratcliffe said,
He was going to invest the money that when he got in.
Yes.
If he got it, he was going to invest what money he had into restructuring Man United the way that it should be to run. But because his bid was too low, and we know the guys are greedy, they didn't see the financial benefits of having him in.
yeah.
But yeah, Ollie,
He had the plan. The plan was there. He laid it all out. He said, "This is what it's going to be. I'm going to do this for the youth. I'm going to build this stadium here. I'm going to have this bit here." He had it all planned out, and it was just going to be his own money.
I
And
think
they
as
said
well,
no because the bid was too low.
but at the same
Sorry,
time,
we've got a comment here from Mr. B. Mr. B.
Hey!
Big up Ollie and big up Ollie and panel. My head feeling a bit better, but not 100%. So I thought I'd come into the live chat and be on definite next one.
Oh.
So yeah,
Don't
big up
want you now.
Mr. B.
Don't need you. You can be a sub.
No, but you talk about
we'll move on.
you talk about Ratcliffe, but like obviously not putting the percentage in. I think it will come eventually once he sells Nice. Like you got to remember, he still owns Nice.
Yeah.
Once he sells Nice, then he can focus on United, and also it's a source percentage.
It's all up in the air at the moment, but yeah, if it once it does settle down, then maybe something that we can.
See, it's not compulsory. He sells Nice, in my opinion, because you look at City, they also have parent clubs. Man City, the Abu Dhabi. Aside Man City, they have some feeder clubs in Spain.
They got New
Girona.
Girona.
I think they
yeah, there's a rule.
Girona.
There's a rule.
So
Yeah.
and they are doing pretty good right now in La Liga. I think they are first or second in the
second now.
So that means it's clear they're gonna make Champions League this Champions League next season.
I don't think they will beat that.
If they make Champions League, Man City can't go into it because you can't have two clubs that are managed by the same people.
It will be interesting.
You only have
Interesting
one.
to see, you know.
I think they'll drop Drone into Europa League.
They might do, but you can't. But I think it might be the same thing. I don't think you can have two clubs in Europe.
It's the same thing with Nice and Man United. Like if both
Exactly. So yes. So I don't think Sir Jim's going to sell Nice. I don't think so.
All these buying. I still think the rule should be you have one club only.
Ratcliffe must sell Nice, but he won't. Anyways,
But moving on now, Joe, what's your
Nice.
thoughts
He's
on
probably
Man
got
United
Villa in
2,
Nice.
Spurs 2?
I think that
What's your-
before you guys about Man United Spurs, but there is something that Ratcliffe you can only spend in the UK for 100 days. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I saw. That's what I saw. So
I wouldn't know, but you're probably right if you read it.
but listen, Ollie, you can carry on.
If you read it,
Yeah, Joe, what's your thoughts on Man United 2, Spurs 2?
I think, like you say, I think Spurs were the better team, and I think if Spurs had their full team, like and everything else, like like the Suns, Madisons, and things like that, I think it would have been a different game. I do agree with Horace, though. I'm not being funny. I think Martinez with one leg can maybe start over Evans, surely.
I agree.
But it's good that they've got Martinez back. They've got Casemiro coming back. They need all those players. I do think as well, like with Ten Hag, yes, he's trying to build like a structure like he's doing at Ajax, but at the same time, when you've got someone like Anthony, he's not pulling his strings. You just don't play him. He's out of form. Why not Diallo? Why not give Diallo a chance? I rate Diallo massively.
We will take on Anthony. We will take on Anthony, and Norris and Toby can join as well. Do you think that? Okay, brilliant for Ajax. Okay, the Dutch league is different. Do you think he can't find his feet in the Premiership? I mean, okay, he started off well, but now do you think he just can't find his feet now?
It's not finding his feet. I just think at the end of the day, like
is he homesick or?
Yeah, but you look at like teams like Man City. When someone's not doing well, Pep drops them.
Yeah. For me, Anthony needs to get investigated as soon as possible, please. So he's investigated.
He attacks more his girlfriend than he does on the pitch.
Actually, yeah, probably he's more on the phone than he's on the pitch. Yeah.
when we signed Anthony, he was looking very promising. I remembered how and when he scored his debut goal against Arsenal. It was fantastic.
So early.
But I think there's something about Anthony that he needs to improve. I think he's just one-sided player, if you know what I mean. Defenders, they've come to know his game. They've come to understand his game, the way he plays.
It does seem like he's
Very
a one-trick
predictable.
Pony. It does seem like he's a one-trick pony. The step overs
Yeah,
he
that's
can
what I
do.
think.
That's it.
Yes, that's it. So that's it. And obviously, there's something about Manchester United. The club is pressure on itself. Not to talk of the money spent in buying the player. That is another pressure.
Well,
I remember when Harry Maguire.
If you spend that money,
hold on, please.
Sorry.
Hold on, please. Yeah, I remember when Harry Maguire. We got Maguire for around 80 million. For majority of I think for 2-3 years he has been at the club. He has been pressurized even to the point where he became a subject of being meme. He was a meme around. Why? The pressure. 85 million now. We are seeing that with Anthony right now for close to 100 million pounds. So I think Anthony, in my opinion, doesn't want that amount, which is very clear. And the Premier League, for me, I think he's a good player, but there's something about him that he needs to improve the way he plays. He needs to, bring in different styles. Don't just be, the way he rolls with the ball, the way he uses his left foot. He tries to cut in and obviously plays, from exactly. So for me, he's an average player. He's an average player.
If you're spending that kind of money on a player like Anthony, should he be ready to take this Premiership by storm? If you spend that much money, I know the pressure. I get the pressure. I understand that. But if you're spending that much money on a player, he should be ready to take that Premiership by storm. That's a lot of money to spend on a player, and he should be Premiership ready, basically.
Yeah,
should be
and maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe that's why Ten Hag keeps starting Anthony, because when you look at the amount of money spent to buy this player, you can't afford. You can't afford to put him on the bench. That's what most people don't realize. But at the same time, we look at Pelistri, we look at Ahmad, we look at these players, and obviously, we that are watching will say, why can't the manager just put in these players? But I have this to say that the manager watches them closely on the pitch.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're very fickle as fans. We can say what we want, but we don't see them behind the scenes of what they're doing on
training. Yeah, behind the scenes. Exactly.
We don't see what they're doing.
We don't see what they do. Yes, we don't see what they do. So, for me, I think the time is ticking for Anthony, and he obviously knows that. Yeah, he obviously knows that. The summer.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he obviously knows that the summer could be his his last period at the club, because we're having Ineos, because we can't continue to keep paying astronomical wage to the player, because he's not replicating the performance on the pitch. So we're having a new regime. So it's Ineos, yes, obviously, yeah. And we heard Omar Berrada in the summer, he could start operations at the club. So it's very possible that the club might cut its losses. We saw Martial living on a free, going to leave. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised. Because it's a new era, so we could see different approach as far as Manchester United is concerned. So I think between now and the summer, it's football, things can change, and I really wish Anthony finds his foot. He plays well, because trust me, 100 million quid, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So,
and then cut your losses, because you ain't gonna get 100 million quid back. You'll get a fraction of that if you sell him. Because he hasn't done nothing.
I don't think. No. They if they have to sell Anthony now as he is, I don't think they can get 30 million. I don't think they can get 30 million.
Like I said, a fraction.
I don't think you're gonna get 30 million. No. He's so bad.
And even what's your thoughts on Man United to Spurs?
Me? Spurs should have won. I believe Spurs were better in all departments. Man United, I think, got the goals. They were good goals, but they should be avoided really. If Tottenham had a bit more structural of a defence, but Yeah, I think Man United will be happy with the point, but Spurs will be fuming that they didn't get 3.
Yeah, and me obviously good. Well, obviously no team won, so no good win for anyone. But I guess both teams take the point. We've got a few comments here. Let's go through them. Got a feeling Stephen will make me have another headache with slagging off Toney.
He's got that coming.
Radcliffe is a
for it.
fraud. Jim
Always
Radcliffe will fix it. As said here, I think Stephen said earlier,
I said it,
Liverpool
went
1-0
up, yeah.
away. Yeah, and then we would be lucky to sell Anthony for £20 now. More than 20.
Oris is on form tonight.
I mean, that's what happens with the club. That half the players are just prima donnas. So, yeah.
You got
Anthony.
Moving on to my team now, Arsenal 5, Crystal Palace
Go on,
0.
Ollie.
Obviously,
Go on,
Drew Green
Ollie.
was not here to back
Hard to back. Go on, Ollie.
No, good win. Obviously, putting us back in Torres, hopefully. Gabriel did well. Got obviously a goal and an assist.
Got more goals than Anthony.
Yeah, he's done more than
Yeah.
Anthony.
Yeah, more than Anthony now.
It's not hard.
Obviously, clean sheet for Rare as well. Good for him to get a clean sheet.
Yeah,
Trossard getting a
confidence.
goal as well. Jesus got an assist. So yeah, good. Obviously, it just proved we do need a striker though. We didn't get a striker score a goal. So we'll get the panel's thoughts now. Ores, what's your thoughts on Arsenal 5, Crystal Palace 0?
Yeah, look, good win for Arsenal. Obviously, they need to win this. Obviously, before that, your form wasn't good. Palace,
Yeah.
I mean, they're in a bad state right now. Obviously, everyone must have seen the banner that they're holding up.
Yeah.
Roy Hodgson, please just take a break and do what Sykes is doing. Just take a break, man. Have a popcorn.
I think he will retire at the end of the season, Oris. I think he's already said he's gone.
Yeah.
I think he will, but for me, it was wrong for Palace to give him the permanent. For me, but
But the reason they done that because he done a good job from previously. They went with Vieira obviously to try and be big and do things the way they wanted to. It didn't work, so they brought the stable Roy back and tried to stable him, but it hasn't worked.
yeah.
Never bring a manager back. I swear this. I've done it many times. Don't bring him back.
It's good to see. Obviously, Martinelli get 2 goals from the bench.
Yeah.
Should be a bit of boost for him. But no, look, Palace in a bad state. But Arsenal, look, I mean, you guys were top of the league by Christmas, so I don't know, man. Who knows? But yeah, I think I've already said I think it will be between City and Liverpool. But if Arsenal climb up, I mean, look, you got the FA Cup. Sorry to say that, but the FA Cup obviously
Yeah.
still got Champions League. You never know. Arsenal to win it, you never know.
Porto, a very big, strong side this year.
And they did lose to Sporting. Arsenal did lose to Sporting in the Europa League, so anything can happen.
Yeah.
But look, good, nice, convincing win for Arsenal. Palace, who knows if they're going to sack Robertson soon? But Palace fans, they've had enough already. So yeah.
Joe, what's your thoughts on Arsenal 5, Crystal Palace now?
I think that's what you needed, Arsenal. I think after the string of results, I think that's what you needed. And I think the break sort of did you guys a good favour as well, I think.
Yeah.
And obviously you've got another one, obviously not being in the FA Cup as well. And I think that would help Arteta in the long run. Like you say, glad Martinelli's scoring again. I mean, you've got 2, but you got to put them in there. We needed Saka to get one, hopefully give him the confidence for the Euros. I think he will get some confidence in there. Gabriel, hopefully he's not a serious injury. Same with Rice. I think they both came off injured in that game. But with Palace, man, why Roy Hodgson, man? You could have gone for any manager out there. You're going backwards. The fans are protesting because you are going backwards. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised that Palace are the first team to go down because without Elise and Eze, they're just not there. And also,
You know what, Joe? That's funny you say that because when we done our prediction league, where people finish the league, everyone went Burnley, Luton, and others, and Tyler came out and said, "You know what? I'm going to go Sheffield United, Burnley, and Palace." He actually said Palace, and we were like, "Nah, Palace is like 10th." He goes, "No, watch this space." And I'll tell you what, he might be right. But for me, yeah, 5-0. Yeah, flattered you really. Palace are looking dreadful. They really are. When you went 1-0 up, they came fighting, and then when you went 2-0, they just went flat. They had enough then, and you ran ragged on them. It could have been more, to be fair. If I'm totally honest with you, the passing, the chances you created were mounting up, and 5 is still good, but there could have been more there. Paris were there for the taking. I do feel sorry for him, but yeah, like you said, Roy, I don't think he will go. I think he'll go. I think he'll retire at the end of the season. He'll pack his bags and sail into the sunset. But maybe if the fans are that bad and they're that on his back, maybe it's time for him just to go.
And finally, Toby, what are your thoughts on Arsenal 5 Crystal Palace now?
Well, it's actually a good game for Arsenal. Considering their bad form. I think your last 3 games or thereabouts, I think you've lost, if I'm not mistaken. So for you to score 5 against a dusty Crystal Palace, well, in my opinion, I think you guys shouldn't be so excited because it's Crystal Palace. Everybody knows, they are not having their best times. So, but for you guys to be able to score 5, to take advantage of their form, I think it's commendable actually. Martinelli, fantastic player, Gabriel Jesus, because there are a lot of question marks surrounding Jesus and your striker situation. But maybe he's more like one of, he performs today. I wouldn't be surprised he will switch off next match. That's Gabriel Jesus for you. He's not consistent. He's not a consistent striker for you guys. So
I don't think I don't even class Jesus as a striker really.
No,
more winger, more
Yeah.
winger.
Yeah.
So I think he's actually trying to tell us why Pep, don't rely on him. Why Pep don't use Jesus, because any player Pep willingly gives out, trust me, you know that he's not good enough. You look at Zinchenko as well. A lot of Arsenal fans are complaining about Zinchenko because he doesn't really know how to defend. He's more of an attacking player.
That's the same. But then the Arsenal should do the same that I've been saying this about Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold is not a defender. Put him in the right wing. And if Zinchenko's that bad at defending, why do you put him on the left wing?
Yeah,
or wing back type scenario.
So that's it. That's it about Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. A lot of question mark concerning his managerial prowess. A lot of question marks. So, but for him to react this way, it's credit to him and the team. So let's see how Arsenal will be able to react from now. Who do you have next to play?
We have Nottingham Forest away on Tuesday next Tuesday.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I wouldn't lie to you. It's going to be a tough match for you guys. So let's see how you react. But the 3 points is what matters. And closing the gap.
You got the weekend off. You have more time to prepare. So which is good. I've seen
it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
It will be tough, yeah. But the teams involved in the FA Cup, like Forest and stuff, so you've got time to prepare for it. So, but yeah,
no, I'm talking about the Premier League. Is it Nottingham Forest Premier League?
Yeah.
Because they don't got knocked out.
Yeah, you got the FA Cup this weekend, and then Tuesday you got a full Premiership. Tuesday, Wednesday you got a full Premier League fixtures.
Yeah.
Cool. Going to go through the comments now. Smash the likes, people, and subscribe if you haven't already. Big up MUFC Global. In that Jabanian training must have been a boost for the squad, especially Arteta making them eat them. No.
We were out in Dubai as well. We were there. We were out in Dubai.
Big up Ryan Gaming. I forgot the live, but I'm here now. Don't worry. Palace offered nothing, and even poor. Even United, Luton, and Chelsea and Ipswich could beat them. Not obviously. WTF. Liverpool winning. Boo, yeah, boo. I did message him. He said his signal went, so he'll be coming back. No, he's not. Oh,
No, he isn't. No, he isn't.
United got mighty not Newport County on Sunday. Yeah, they did.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if he was to lose to them.
No, you won't. No,
Nah,
no.
nah, we
No,
can't
you're
No,
not
lose
you
this
losing
now. We
to
can't
no,
lose.
I won't agree with
Nah.
that. You'll beat them.
Look, if McTominay starts, then we'll struggle. How about that?
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
go
you
through
But
these
should-
games now.
listen, if I see a McTominay and
did-
Ericsson partnership, I'm not watching that match.
You
I'm
didn't.
betting on
You
City.
didn't. You didn't struggle against Wigan, really, though, did you? And we're going to hire the Newport.
Yeah, but look,
Okay, there's points. There's moments.
Bayindir, I'm excited to see Bayindir start. How about that? Bayindir, listen, let's see. Because obviously, a lot of people have been talking about Bayindir, so let's see. And then hopefully, Martin
I'll leave with you.
starting.
I'll leave with you.
Martin starting together. Look, the title race could be back on, Toby. You never know.
I'll leave it up
Yeah,
to
we'll
you.
never know.
It's up to you and Toby. It's your club. Fine.
Hello, all my
I'm
laptop.
not getting into it. How again? I'll
Tony's
lose.
a good But yeah, Toney getting a goal against Brentford, good win for Brentford. Sheffield United 2, West Ham 2.
Oh, he's a cheat. He's a cheat.
Yeah, I saw that. He moved the ball.
Liverpool 4, Bournemouth 0. I predicted this score actually. And another boring 0-0 draw, Brighton 0.
The thing with Bournemouth, though, is they didn't turn up for that game. Liverpool tore them apart. I mean, Bournemouth
I
have
was
been doing
expecting
really
more
well.
from Bournemouth, to be fair.
Bournemouth have been really well for the last previous weeks. They
Yeah.
picked up their results and they're on the table, but they looked really, really out of sorts against Liverpool. They didn't look involved. They really didn't. I was shocked, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, Wolves, that was boring as well.
So that's all the games. So we're gonna wrap up now. We're gonna do socials now. So all right, we'll start for you. The rest, where can we find you?
Yeah, Orange 6 Foot Week and find me there. I think I'm like, I lost count. I think I'm like 16, 15 away from 500 subs. So trying to hit that as soon as possible. Hopefully before my birthday, which is soon, like 2 to 3 weeks. But listen, you never know what can happen with YouTube, Instagram, Orange 6 Football, and Twitter, Orange 6 Footy. Big up Ollie for having me on.
Yeah, big up. Toby, where can we find you on socials? You're muted.
Sorry.
There you go.
You can find me on Instagram actually. MEFC Global, it's a Manchester United fan page that I manage, and of course on Twitter I have a Twitter page as well, MEFC Global, and in my personal Instagram account, TOBMIKEY, Toby Mikey. Yeah, so that's where you can find me.
Yeah, big up Toby. Stephen, where can we find you?
Yeah, I'm hopefully getting my YouTube channel back up and running again after some mental health issues, but it will be back up. But at the moment, you can find me on Insta at Stepsy Boy. You can find me on Twitter at StepsyBoy82, and if you want to drop me a message, you can drop me on Facebook at Stephen Stepsy.
Yeah, big up Stephen for making your debut on the channel.
Thank you for having me.
Can find me. Yeah, big up. So big up everyone. Big up RS. Big up Toby. Big up Stephen and Joe. Joe's socials is he doesn't have a YouTube. It's just Joe_tier on Instagram. That's where you can find him. But yeah, big up for everyone joined. Stephen, RS, Toby. Big up the comments as well. Joe in the comments, Mr. B, Ryan, RS, and MEFC Global as well. Right there. Yeah, big up the comments. So yeah, you can find me here on YouTube, SINCLAIRO, 5 away from 1,100. So please do sub if you are new. Share the channels to your friends and family and stuff like that. If you want to catch me on Instagram, Ollie.Sinclair546, my main account. My fan page is David Rare fan page 1. On TikTok, Ollie is Epic556. If you want to catch my mix on Mixcloud, I do mixes. Mixcloud is DJ Sinclair556. Apart from that, that's where you can find me. If you want to find me on Snapchat, PlayStation, Xbox, please do personally DM me for that on my Instagram. But that's been it. Big up everyone for joining. Big up for watching. It's just
Good guys. Nice to meet you, Toby.
Let's skip the Liverpool one. Stephen, enough dissing Toney, bro.
I won't ever stop dissing him.
There's the beak of us, Toney, or us jog on. We'll give you Tommy,
I like that Harry Bones.
Tommy, bro. We would take Harry Bones. Yeah, but so big up everyone. The next stream will hopefully be next week. I'm going to try and be more consistent with my uploads. I'm really sorry that I took a 3-month break.
Oh,
but I
he's
should
been
be
busy,
back.
lads. He's been busy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But big up everyone, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Time you stay for me. Outside we lose, we giving chills, we ain't the same, buddy. Cold when the sun goes down, I hit my blunt. I'm glad you did.